72 Impala LS3 Swap. Looking at almost 600 horsepower. LS Swap, baby. These LS Swaps, they can be pretty pricey. They can cost you a lot of money. Just because you spend more money, don't mean that your LS Swap is gonna be better. That's why today, YouTube, I wanna share with you 3 reasons why you should consider doing a cheap LS Swap. We ain't gonna say cheap, we just gonna call it the most inexpensive LS Swap that's well put together. After watching this video, it's gonna be a no-brainer what type of LS Swap you should go with. Let Chevys R Us help you do your LS Swap, YouTube. We a family, man. We gonna do this thing together. Make sure you click that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on your notification bell. That way you see all the videos when we post them. And I need for you to drop me a comment in the comment section and say I'm riding with Chevys R Us, Tone. Got both donks in the garage now, man. Y'all ready? Let's get it. YouTube. This your boy, Tone coming back at y'all one more again, YouTube, with another great video on Chevys R Us, man. Y'all already know what time it is, man. We outside, man. We ain't in the garage, but we outside today. All right, YouTube. We back out here, man. We outside today, man. You know, we ain't doing no work in the garage today, man. But today, man, I just wanna share 3 reasons why you should consider doing a cheap LS Swap. Now, the LS Swap you just seen is the LS Swap that we did on our 72 Impala. This car right here, this is our 75 convertible Caprice Classic. Look like it's been unmolested, man. It's 28 years, y'all. Oh, this feels good. Perfect.
Wow.
The chrome, everything is good. Bit of air in the tire, just a little bit. The bumper's not beat up.
Oh no, it's not. Oh man.
Straight the wood. That we pulled out the woods after 28 years. This is the car that we're gonna consider doing the most inexpensive or called cheap LS Swap on this 75 Caprice. Anyway, after watching this video, you may decide to change your mind about what type of LS Swap that you want to do. You know, because these things can cost a lot of money. And you know what? If we can help save somebody some money, that's exactly what Chevys R Us is going to do. So first things first, let's talk about why we want to do a cheap LS Swap. And the first reason that I want to talk about is everybody knows it's costs, the cost associated with it. You know what I'm saying? The cost. The most inexpensive LS Swap is not gonna be like the plug and play LS Swap. You know, they make it easy for us. Nowadays, the technology that's available, they got the plug and play LS Swap systems to where they control your engine and everything is labeled and you just plug all your sensors up. You run your wiring, and boom, that's it. That's the easy way. The cheap or inexpensive LS Swap is just a little bit more complicated, but it's going to save you some money. You know, these independent controller systems, like the one I have on the 72. Let me show you real quick. And so this right here is the controller system that I have for the 72 LS3 Swap. And it has its own little controller. It's right here. You know, it plugs up right there, boom. You can see everything on there. That system is gonna cost you a lot more than if you was to go to the junkyard. You get the computer out the junkyard, you get the wiring harness out the junkyard. You know what I'm saying? You got everything you need. Way more inexpensive than what I got in this car. It'd be a little bit more complicated to wire your LS up because you gotta do some customized wiring. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people ain't too big on wiring. But we're gonna talk about that in a minute. Don't worry about that right now. The number one thing that you need to realize is that the cost associated with the cheap LS swap is way more inexpensive than this new plug and play stuff that you buy out here, man. Like if you buy the computer and you buy everything from Summit or something like that, you're gonna pay thousands more than what you would pay if you get your controller system out the junkyard and your engine out the junkyard. That's number one. It's cost associated, man. It's a no-brainer. The next thing, or the second reason why you should do a cheap LS swap, it's not the very best reason. It's an absolute. You know, I'm going to say the best for last. So y'all hang with me. You always got to say the best reason for last. But the next thing is the fact that you got to think about this. You know, you could go the easy route, the more inexpensive route, but you got to think what's going to happen after you get finished with the more difficult option. Think about a person that likes to go to the gym. You know, a bodybuilder, man, has this masculine body that they've been working on, that they've been training. You know, they go to the gym and they work out. You know, they work out, they become sore, their body hurts, you know, and there's some pain associated with the good looks of their physical shape. You know, it's some pain associated with it. They didn't get like that overnight. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get like that without experiencing pain, without working hard. And so you got to think about this cheap, inexpensive LS swap option. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit more complicated, but when you get to the other side of it and you finish your LS swap, you're going to be a bit stronger than you was before. You know what I'm saying? You're going to know more than you did before. You're going to be stronger at your craft, working on these cars. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be better. And better is great. So that's a reason why you should consider doing a cheap LS swap. Because number one, you got to build your own wiring harness. Number two, you got to do a little bit more customization. You know what I'm saying? And with you having to do these things, it's going to increase your craft. It's going to help you to get better at what you do. And if you gain this knowledge and you gain this information and you gain this experience, then your next LS swap is going to be even better. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at that, man. You know, don't be scared to take that step. You know, I want you to know that you can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens you, man. And so if you put God first, it ain't no question about if you able to do a cheap LS swap. You're going to be able to do whatever you put your mind to, whatever you put whatever your heart desire, you're going to be able to do it. As long as you put God first, man. Think about the fact that you're going to be stronger when you get finished with that cheap LS swap, man. Trust me. I'm here to tell you, man, I'm a living example. Because this is my first LS swap on this 72 convertible. And, before that, I researched it. I learned about it for maybe 11, 12 years. You know what I'm saying? But, you just got to take that step, YouTube. You got to take that step, man. And you know what? That's why Chevys R Us is here. We're here for you, man. To connect with a community of people that enjoy, that like doing the same type things and the same work that you like to do, man. And you ain't in this thing alone. We in this thing together. Chevys R Us family, man. We connect and we share knowledge and share information. That's what we here for. So remember that too, YouTube. The strength, the knowledge, the skills that you're going to have when you get finished. You're going to be stronger. That's number 2. All right, YouTube. So here's number 3, which is the most important thing that you need to remember. You don't remember nothing else, man. Remember this right here. All right, if you do a cheap LS swap, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have the factory electronic control module or the factory ECU, the factory computer, whatever you want to call it, that you get out the junkyard. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do a cheap LS swap, you'll get one of these more expensive controllers, like I did, that you got to program yourself, that programs to your engine. You got to drive it in order for it to learn your engine and get adjusted. And even after it gets adjusted, you still got to make some tweaks in order to make it run exactly how you want it to run. Overall, it'll run good, but you got to tweak that thing. You got to tweak it, But if you decide and you determine to do a cheap LS swap, you ain't got to worry about tweaking nothing or anything like that, man. You know what I'm saying? That thing gonna run. Only thing you probably got to do is get the vehicle security turned off on that computer. That's it. As far as tune, hey, that sucker already tuned. And ain't no tune like a factory tune running a factory engine, man, because you got everything you need. It's going to already have a lot more power than the engine that you had in there, but you program for good gas mileage, for performance, for longevity, durability, everything, man. It's good. So y'all remember that, man. And another reason why you should actually consider doing a cheap LS swap, man, and this is a no-brainer as well. You got a lot of people out here wanting to do this kind of work. You got a lot of people out here wanting to complete a LS swap. And if you learn how to do it inexpensively or the cheap way, not when I say cheap, y'all, I don't mean just cheaply done. You know what I'm saying? Like you using the cheapest, cheaply made materials and all that. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about doing a LS swap at the most inexpensive way that you can possibly do it without having to spend as much money. That's what I mean when I say cheap. So, y'all just hang with me, man. After you learn all the reasons why you should do a cheap LS swap, it may make you change your mind about what type of LS swap that you decide to do. So, but after you learn, what can you do? If you learn you can go and share that knowledge and share that information and be a blessing to somebody else that don't have $10,000 or don't have $5,000 to spend on an LS swap. You can share with them how to do it inexpensively. You can share the knowledge and the information that you gain how to do it cheaply, you know what I'm saying, to somebody else. And by you blessing somebody else, God gonna bless you even more. So keep that in mind, y'all. Keep that in mind. You know, I had to wait 12 years, man. It's a lot of people out there waiting right now because they don't got the finances to do what their heart desires. So they got to wait. But if you can show them how to do it cheaply or inexpensively, that's a blessing to somebody. I just want y'all to know, man, this 75 convertible Caprice, it don't got an LS swap in it. You know, it actually has a running 350 engine in it. Let me show y'all. So, yeah, man, this is the car that we are considering doing a cheap LS swap in right here. It actually runs. Let me crank it up for y'all real quick. I just tapped the gas a couple of times. I'm finna crank it up. Y'all see how quick that car cranked up? Yeah. Yeah, that sucker crank up, man. Run like a sewing machine. But yeah, this is the car, the 75 convertible Caprice, that we are considering doing the most cheap, inexpensive LS swap, man. And only so that we can bless somebody else, so that we can help somebody else, show somebody else the ropes, man. And you know what? Have them set up the right way. Be a blessing, man. That's what it's all about. Hey, man, if this is your first time on the channel, man, hey, this is what we do. LS swaps, man. Learn how to do a LS swap step by step. You know what I'm saying? We giving up all the knowledge. We giving up all the sauce. We ain't holding no information back. You know what I'm saying? If we can help save you some money on your LS swap, that's exactly what we gonna do, man. Also, man, if you like looking at old school convertibles like this fixed up, or if you just like looking at old school cars, or if you are interested in learning about LS swaps, or if you're working on an LS swap and you got questions, man, hey, join us, man, for Chevys R Us Go Live Wednesdays, man. You know what I'm saying? We connect live every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We didn't connect yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I got a death in the family, and we're dealing with that right now. But, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be there next week. We're going to be there every Wednesday. You might see some, ain't no telling what kind of old school car you might see. Somebody is showing us, or what kind of LS swap project that you might see. All right? Connect with us. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go live every Wednesday. Make sure y'all click that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on your notification bell. That way you get all the new videos when we post them. And look, man, y'all get out there in them comments and drop me a comment and let me know y'all ride with Chevys R Us. Also, man, look, if you think that we should leave this old 350 motor in this car and ride it for a while, hey, put that in the comments. Or if you think that we should go ahead and start the cheap, most inexpensive LS swap, put that in the comment, man, if you think that we should start on it. You know, I'm still on the edge of the fence right now, but I'm highly considering it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think. YouTube!